Alright.
Everybody, we're still talking about it. But don't worry, we probably won't anymore.
Yeah, this is, I'm pretty sure this is it. We're going to talk about the characters and how well they work in their respective universes.
Well, respective stories, anyways.
Yeah. And honestly, they both work.
Yeah.
Alright.
Although, thank you for this 29-second video. What was I gonna say? I think I do like. I like Sonic better in SA1. I like Tails better in SA1. I like. Well, of course, I like Eggman better in SA2, just because he does more.
Right.
And he seems more significant.
So why do you like Sonic better in Adventure 1 than Adventure 2?
Personally, it would have to be just because, like, the way he interacts with characters, I found really amusing. Like, the whole, like, the scene, like, you know, his first scene with Eggman, I honestly, I did find that funny. He's like, look, a giant talking egg. I did not know that's where, I know it's not where the name Eggman originates from, but I didn't know they actually put it in the script on purpose.
Yeah, no. No, it's...
I actually found that funny.
Okay, I like Sonic a little bit better in Adventure 2. Reason why is because you get to see different not personalities, but different emotional traits of Sonic. You get to see Sonic when he feels beat. You get to see Sonic when he feels sad. You get to see Sonic when he's frustrated and angry.
Really, he only shows. I only seen him showing a lot of emotion, like towards the very end.
Okay, here's what I'll give you a list. Okay, he shows frustration when he finds out that when he sees the moon blowing up, and he's like, Eggman, that creep never gives up. You know, frustration. He shows sadness when you know, Shadow dies. Obviously, he shows hesitation to ask for help when it comes to asking Knuckles to watch out for Tails and Amy. He shows, he's shown out of his element when he's arrested and in jail, which is pretty hilarious, you know? He shows an anger and an attitude towards Shadow just in general. You know, it's not cocky and in control like he is in the future games. He actually shows aggression, he shows sadness, he shows frustration, which I think was shown a little bit more so than in Adventure 1. Adventure 1, they did show that, you know? But, in Adventure 2, I think it was shown a little bit more and a little bit better.
That's alright. I actually, I was gonna say, like, I was gonna mention his interaction with Amy. I actually thought that was pretty funny too. He was kind of like nervous and, you know, jittery and stuff. Like, oh god, what are you doing here?
Yep, and he wasn't a complete psychopath yet.
Yeah.
And I was watching. I know this is gonna be I'm bringing up somebody else's video, but did you check out the video I sent you?
Which one?
The Sonic Dissected. Did you check that out?
Did you ever send it to me?
I don't think I sent it to you, but I mentioned it.
I was about to say, oh, okay. No, I didn't check it out. I thought you were gonna send it to me.
I forgot.
I've been really busy.
I forgot, but they were talking about Amy's dialogue to Sonic throughout Adventure 1 and 2. And they don't really mention Amy being in an exact love affair with Sonic, except for, like, the joke she says where, if I let you out, will you marry me?
Yeah, I think that's about it. It's like, they're not really...
That's it. So, it's kind of funny that, you know, when Sonic first meets Amy and he's all nervous and shit, and she's not all, love me!
Yeah.
So, in reality, this whole love scene thing that they've tried to hammer into us since God knows how long never really started off of anything. At most, Amy's just a fangirl.
Yeah, I could definitely see
like an action hero, which I can understand. He saved her fucking life in an actiony, cool way.
Yeah. I like Tails better in Adventure 1 and Adventure 2 just because they do a lot more with his character. Like, they show him, like, at least they try to. I think they do a good job, but, like, I noticed his story was a lot about, like, character building and, you know, he tends to talk a lot how, like, Sonic's always there for him.
Yeah, no.
And so his thing was about being independent and stuff, and I like that.
I like that too. In Adventure 1 and 2, though, I think Tails' arc is relatively similar. And they're
You
both
think so?
both will work effectively. One, Tails ends up saving the day at the end of Adventure 1.
Oh, yeah, so he does beat Eggman.
Yeah, and in Adventure 2, he beats Eggman as well, when everyone thinks that Sonic is dead.
And I do like how they reference that in Adventure 2 when Eggman's reading the newspaper.
Mm-hmm. It's like, he's like, God damn that kid. So, but, yeah, in Adventure 1 and 2, it's all about Tails manning up, you know, and I like that. So, honestly, I can't really pick one over the other because both of the arcs are relatively the same. You know, you've got Tails in Adventure 1 who's like, I'm not going to be able to stay, like, under Sonic forever or whatnot. And then, two, you've got Sonic has asked me for the first time to do something for him. I won't give up. I won't let him down. So, they're both similar. I like them both. I can't really choose one over the other.
Yeah. For Knuckles, that's kind of hard. Mainly because...
Adventure 1, I would say Knuckles' character is shown better.
I do too. But I found the, like his whole thing with, like, tussle with Rouge, I found that kind of funny and interesting. Although they don't really play off it a lot much. Like, I think they only...
Because
do they interact a lot?
They didn't interact as much as, you know, you would think, but...
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, like, their love kind of weird thing, admiration, whatever you want to call it, was very more implied. It was a lot more implied, you know?
Yeah.
So, because at the end she's like, you know, what are you gonna do? And she's like, I don't know, I got something better than Jules that I'm thinking about right now. So it's like, oh, there's a possibility for these two. They're not, like, raving and, like, falling over each other and shit.
Yeah.
And it wasn't extremely awkward. The thing about Adventure 1 that I liked better about Knuckles was they kind of delved into who he was, what his position is.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I like that better. Actually.
Yeah. In Adventure 2, they didn't really show that. It was mostly just his interaction with Rouge. And,
but she didn't do a lot in the first place.
Yeah, he didn't really do that a lot to begin with, and then also his kind of interaction with the team, where
I liked I like Knuckles in SA1 because I liked how he interact with his like in the flashbacks where he's going through like the Echidna tribe.
Mm-hmm.
I found that kind of interesting.
Yeah, because it's like my fucking people. I know this.
It's like, where are these?
But the one thing I did like, my favorite scenes in both Adventure 1 and 2. In Adventure 1, when after Knuckles and Sonic fight and they're gonna go chase down Eggman in the like the little plane, like, you guys go ahead, I got other shit to take care of.
Yeah.
I love that scene, and in Adventure 2 there's a similar scene where it's like, you know, the Master Emerald fell out of the ship.
Oh yeah, he was like, turn the ship around.
Yeah, and he's like, fuck this, I'm gonna go get my shit. It shows...
See, that's Knuckles doing his job.
Yeah.
In any other game, he's
that's
just...
Knuckles' character. That's Knuckles' character, that's what he does.
They did a good job with his character in the first two games.
Oh yeah, it was perfect, because the thing about it is, like, yeah, Knuckles would like the world to be saved and shit, but he's gotta think of his own affairs first. And that's the thing about Knuckles, he's a loner character. He's a esteemed tribesman who has to defend this emerald for the rest of his life.
Although they kind of, yeah, I think they kind of ruined it after, I think they kind of messed it up early there before the Adventure 2 games, because remember I think in the classic series, in the 2 games, he gets tricked like a lot, like in Sonic Triple Trouble, like he gets tricked again by Eggman.
But is that part of the main series canon, or is that separate?
The Game Gear series is supposed to be canon, but then in I was gonna say that happens in Advance 2. It happens in Sonic Pocket Adventure. It's like for some reason they like to play him off as this like idiot character. It kind of bugs me.
He's not an idiot. I think the thing of
he's not.
Because the thing about it is they tried to use that same plot line way too often, like the fact that Knuckles gets tricked. It's not something that they can constantly use. My thing with Knuckles is he's supposed to be like, I guess, the noble savage, you know?
Yeah.
He is very big in strength and honor. So he's the type of person who will take a man off his word. So him being tricked is not so surprising. But
it should only happen a certain number of times.
Yeah.
Especially by Eggman.
That's why you notice in Adventure 2 it doesn't happen.
Yeah. Because he sees him, he's like, he's trying to take the Master Emeralds. I actually think that was smart, because he breaks the Master Emerald himself.
Yeah, which is like, okay, and that's got to be a really tough decision for him to make.
Yeah.
But that's Knuckles, he makes the tough decisions. His character is way better shown. That's why his character doesn't work anymore unless they're going to tie in his island or something. Like, I think in Sonic Battle, was it Sonic Battle? Where they actually go find Knuckles and he's on the island.
Guess what he's doing? Guarding the Emerald.
Exactly. It's like that's where they should meet up with Knuckles at any point. If he's not on the island, then you've already fucked up.
You know what? I liked in Adventure at Sonic Advance, like instead of fighting Knuckles, you fight an android. Because I always like to think like Knuckles, like he couldn't trick Knuckles that time, so he just built a robot.
Oh yeah, it makes sense because Knuckles isn't gonna take everything you say off of face value every fucking time.
Yeah. Oh, that brings me into Eggman. What happened?
Okay, Eggman.
Yeah.
I think Eggman was portrayed best in Sonic.
In Sonic Adventure 2.
He held a goddamn gun to Amy's head.
He blew up half the movie.
Yeah.
I think that should say something.
He wasn't comical. He was a good villain.
He was comical. I mean, he was comical, but he wasn't. That wasn't all that he was.
He was comical, but in a sense where he wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
You know, like now. But
I
I
honestly didn't mind him in Generations, or I don't mind him in Colors, but I
hate
do think.
Oh my god, I hated him in Generations so much. Because, okay, my problem with Generations was, okay, this is a time travel storyline. So wouldn't grabbing your past self fuck up your future? Like,
Well, it was already screwed up to begin with, remember?
yeah, I know, but like, wouldn't it make it worse? Like, he wouldn't be a villain anymore?
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, that's funny because they do mention like, maybe I should pursue my teaching degree.
Exactly.
So
I'm like, this isn't fun. Eggman was not supposed to be this kind of a joke to me. They made Eggman a slapsticky, kind of really goofy boss. Where
I always pictured it like Eggman slowly lost his sanity and it's cool like over the years, and that's why when
which would
Eggman.
make sense, but he wouldn't become more idiotic. He'd just be more crazy.
Yeah. But it's like, because I look at classic Eggman, it's just like, wow, will I really become this crazy? He's like, yeah.
Also, the fact that they didn't call him, they said he doesn't get called Dr. Robotnik.
I know. Dr. Robotnik, nobody calls him that anymore.
It's like, how do you know that? How the hell do you know that? That's your name in the manual, you asshole.
For the record, Eggman was his original name.
I know that. I know that. But he should be known as Robotnik, at least in the early stages.
Yeah, no, but I'm just... yeah, I do think SA2 portrayed Eggman the best.
And
I also like that part where he's talking to Tails about his grandpa.
oh yeah, dude, I love that scene. I love the scene when he's talking to Tails about his grandpa because it shows.
But Tails kind of ruins it because he's like, we're all this together.
Oh, Tails is a kid. It makes sense. Tails.
I know, but just the way he said that line, it broke the whole movie.
Yeah. No, I get that. But the thing I liked about that is it gave Eggman a little bit more motivation besides, oh, I wanted to build the greatest city in the world, which he already did.
Well, if he looked up to his grandfather that much, where did becoming an evil genius come in?
Because his grandpa went crazy.
But did he know that? Well, he probably
That's probably when he got a chance to see him.
I guess.
It's a little bit pushing it, but that's the best I can come up with.
Alright then.
I think Amy was portrayed well in both stories.
I do like her better in SA1 just because she was a lot more significant.
See, here's the thing.
I like her conversation with Gamma.
Here's my thing. Adventure 1 and Adventure 2 are two separate parts of Amy's overall story. That's how I look at it. Amy from Adventure 1 continues off into Adventure 2. Because she's still, like, she has a little bit of self-confidence now that she's actually, saved the bird and whatnot. And she wants to help Sonic. So, she tries to help Sonic. But you notice that in Adventure 2, they always ditch her and leave her. She notices that the adventure is becoming too big for her to handle. She's not still part of Sonic's saving team. She's not part of the group yet. Why? Because they keep ditching her. Otherwise, she would be part of the group. They'd expect her to handle herself.
Yeah.
So then she finds out at the end of Adventure 2 that that her role in the group is to find the humanity in people. Hence why she...
Oh yeah, with her talk with Shadow.
Yeah, and convinces him to save the world. And then
that's right. We need to touch on that. They screwed up Shadow after Adventure 2.
Yeah, they did.
Oh,
They
God.
fucking did.
Well,
They screwed him up in more than one way. That's the sad part. They screwed him up on multiple levels. Like, it's kind of hard. You can't fix it anymore.
Yeah. Well, I think we're out of time, but you made your point.